Hello and welcome to Soda Review Channel, where today we'll be drinking this Fanta Pineapple. Now, I have had this before, but only once, I think, and it was over a decade ago, and I remember not liking it very much, but also it was over a decade ago, so I could easily be wrong about that, and even if I didn't like it, I might like it now. We'll see. 180 calories for a 12-ounce can is a little on the high side. That would be 320-ounce bottle. Um, but not like hugely different. This is 1989 beverage and carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, less than 2%, citric acid, natural flavors, modified food starch, potassium sorbate, and sodium benzoate to protect taste. Sodium citrate, I think that one's a little less common. Medium chain triglycerides, salt, sucrose acetate, isobutyrate, yellow 5, and yellow 6. Yellow 6, when yellow 5 just isn't enough. I don't know, they were probably going for a specific tone of yellow. Alright. Let's see what we've got here, I guess. I do prefer the previous, more splattery Fanta logo. I have a picture somewhere of both together. It's kind of neat. But this is what we got now. Contains no juice. I don't know that there is much else to say about this. So let's just crack into it. Actually, I will say that on the front there's the Fanta logo and where it says pineapple and the pineapple and the little splash the pineapple is making. But on the back side here, it's just the Fanta logo, and there's just this big empty triangle on the bottom of it where the rest of the stuff is supposed to go. It's kind of funny looking. All right. I expect it to be very yellow. Two yellows, in fact. Five and six. If it was yellow 6 and yellow 7, I could really make a joke here that would be popular with the youngins. I see bottles of this on the shelf sometimes, and I feel like I remember it looking less toxic than this. Um, but this is very reminiscent of Mountain Dew, but if you made it yellower and darker. Um, if you just brought me this glass and didn't tell me what it was and made me guess, I would say it's either a new Mountain Dew version that is based on some yellow thing like lemons, or it's some kind of energy drink. No, this is pineapple Fanta though. That is so bright. It occurs to me that this is probably how people who aren't American feel about our orange soda. And I can't really defend myself on that one. I do think it's supposed to be that color, though. I will die on that hill. Possibly of some ailment caused by orange dye. It does smell pineapple-y. It does have a pineapple smell. Admittedly, not a very strong one. I do like to eat pineapple and occasionally drink pineapple juice, and those things both have a much stronger smell than this, although the smell is quite similar. All right, let's consume this vaguely radioactive looking fluid. That's pretty tasty. That is pretty tasty. It does taste a fair bit like pineapple, although it's a little off, especially at the end. It's just a little bit bitter. This is not a, yep, caffeine free. This is not a caffeinated beverage, so I'm going to say that that bitterness is probably from the carbonation. And I can't really say if it would be better without it or not because I haven't tried it without it. I suspect it probably isn't very good flat because most carbonated things are not. But I do wonder if they could use a similar flavor profile with a non carbonated beverage and get a slightly better result. Yeah. I I do think that on the front it does have a good pineapple flavor. It's not as strong as I would prefer it to be, but the flavor itself is good. And it's just at the end it has kind of a just a little bit of something that tastes a little bit off. Um, yeah, I can only imagine it's the carbonation because I would think anything else um, they would have taken an effort to get rid of if it could get rid of that taste. But of course, it's Fanta. It's carbonated. It would be really strange to make a non-carbonated Fanta product. Um, I guess they could, but I don't think it would meet people's expectations. I think if they released a mainline Fanta that wasn't carbonated, people would think it was very strange. And some of them would probably say it was flat, despite the fact that a flat thing and a never carbonated thing don't tend to taste the same. Although I would say that that's mainly down to things that are meant to be carbonated are not flavored the same as things that are not. Yeah, I think the pineapple smell is pretty good, but it's weak. Pineapple flavor is pretty good. It's maybe a little weak. The carbonation, I do think, is giving it that little bit of weird bitterness at the end, which is not a great addition. I mean, somebody might like it, but I don't think it's a great addition. I don't know why I didn't originally like this, if that is in fact correct, because it's been a long time. I don't know. Maybe I just like different stuff now. That was. I don't remember when exactly, but there is a solid chance that it was most of my life ago. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think the smell is good, although a little weak. The flavor is good, although a little weak. And on the back, it's just got this like this little bit of bitterness that I don't care for. Um, I could see maybe mixing this with some kind of juice and getting a good result. Maybe like an orange juice or something like that. It is good by itself, but I think that could be really good. Obviously, my main complaint is the strength of the flavor, which I think I complain about a lot in a lot of different drinks, especially fruity flavors. But in this case in particular, pineapple is a very strong flavor. And this one is, it's not that strong. It's good. Ooh, I wonder if I have to mix this into like a Coke. But that's really tasty. Although, if I think about that for like 2 seconds, I am left to wonder why I wouldn't just use pineapple juice. It's better. It's probably healthier. I would assume that that's probably true. And even if it was equivalently bad for you, it's stronger, so you could get the same result by using less of it. Now that I think about it, I'm not actually sure why I would drink this instead of pineapple juice if that were an option. I imagine this is at least a bit cheaper than pineapple juice, especially in some regions. But this is kind of smells like pineapple, kind of tastes like pineapple, but it's weaker than the pineapple juice, and also it is less good for you than pineapple juice. Yes, yes, juice has sugar in it, but like lots of things have sugar in them. Yeah, I think that's kind of the conclusion that I'm going to come to is I think this is a good drink, but for every benefit that I can think of for this, I would just rather have pineapple juice. It's kind of a similar taste, but better. It's kind of a similar smell, but better. If you wanted to mix this into something, you could just use pineapple juice and it would be better. And you wouldn't need as much of it because it's quite a bit stronger. If you wanted the same strength, you might just want it to be stronger. But then you could just use more of this. Yeah, I would say this isn't a bad drink, but if you're given the choice of this or pineapple juice, I would just take the pineapple juice. They don't make a zero sugar version of this, to my knowledge. Um, so if you were going to drink the zero sugar version to get away from the calories, then that would be one thing. But you you can't do that if they don't make it, and it might be available in some other markets. I did not check that, but it doesn't seem to exist in the U.S. market. And yeah, so I guess maybe if you're allergic to pineapples but you like the taste, but I don't know, one of the natural flavors in here might be whatever part of the pineapple you're allergic to. Yeah, I, the conclusion I'm going to come to is this drink is good. I like this drink. But I do think anytime I would want it, given where I live and my circumstances, both life wise and health wise, I think I'm just gonna get some pineapple juice. I'm gonna drink the rest of the case we have though. Yeah, that's my conclusion. If I would get this, I will probably get pineapple juice instead. But I still give the Fanta Pineapple a good.